This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
This episode is brought to you by Cologuard. Do you know what's really scary? Not screening for colon cancer when you turn 45. The Cologuard test is non-invasive, requires no special prep or time off work, and ships right to your door. In just 3 simple steps, Cologuard takes the scare out of colon cancer screening. If you're 45 or older and at average risk, ask your healthcare provider about the Cologuard test. Cologuard is available by prescription only. Learn more or request a prescription today at Cologuard.com/screen.
Welcome back to the Advantage Playback. I'm Katie, and sitting across me in the virtual bunker is the man who audits every plan, the architect himself, Kyle.
Systems are green, Katie. My logic processes are fully cooled and ready for today's audit.
Good, because we're diving into episode 12. And Kyle, I have to say, I'm amazed the squad found us back then. Have you seen this title?
Episode 12, Additional Tips and Tricks for Increasing Your Casino Points, a review of profits or losses for the month. I have indexed it. From a data entry standpoint, it is functionally descriptive. From a marketing standpoint, it has the charisma of a firmware update.
It's a total classic from TRG. It's like he was trying to bore the D-gens away so only the serious math nerds would click. Come for the points, stay for the P&L review.
It filtered for quality over quantity. Speaking of quality, I noticed a significant spike in traffic at casinocombat.com/chip this morning.
Yes, the squad is finally using the one link to rule them all. It's got all the podcast resources, the strategy sheets, and the hosting intel in one spot. It's basically our tactical hub.
Efficiency is the only path to the long game. I've also been reviewing the remastered bootcamp playlist on the YouTube channel. TRG's update to the visuals and the current year context makes the core concepts much easier to ingest.
I watched the one on the card twice last night. It's so much cleaner now. Speaking of being clean, are you ready for the June 26th cruise? Navigator of the Seas, 7 nights out of LA. I've already started looking at excursions.
I have already analyzed the deck plans. I am less interested in the excursions and more interested in the Navigator's specific table limits and the variance of a floating casino. I did a field test this past weekend to prepare.
Oh, the architect went out into the wild?
Affirmative. I performed a filtration session, 4 hours of play, flat betting. I exited the moment I reached a verified +2 unit threshold. No side bets, no emotion. I achieved optimal time on device for maximum tier credit accrual with 0 unnecessary risk.
That sounds incredibly boring. I went out too, but I had a social session. I stayed within the 50-50 boundaries, but I actually talked to the humans at the table, Kyle. I even had a drink that wasn't Arctic meltwater.
Human interaction is a variable I usually account for as noise, though I suppose it helps with the vibe. Regardless, today's audit of episode 12 shows TRG was already thinking like a machine back in 2020. He calls it Casino Extreme Couponing.
Clink clink to the queen of comps and the man with the descriptive titles. Let's execute the playback.
Initiating audit of episode 12.
When everything's happening at once, teams need clarity. Help move work forward with Loom, the AI-first video platform from Atlassian. With Loom, you can quickly record your screen, camera, and voice to explain what matters. AI instantly adds a title, summary, and edits to your video, so clarity travels with the work. Fewer unnecessary meetings, more effective ones. It's a team changer. Try Loom today at loom.com.
Nothing brings people together quite like Team USA at the Olympic Winter Games. From NBC Universal's iconic storytelling to the innovative technology across Xfinity and Peacock, Comcast brings the Olympic Games home to America, sharing every moment with millions. When Team USA steps onto the world stage, people aren't just watching, they're cheering together. This winter, everyone is all on the same team. Comcast, proud partner of Team USA.
All right, squad, we are into the core concepts. TRG is taking us back to school on a topic everyone thinks they understand, but almost everyone mismanages.
Affirmative. While the 2020 audio refers to this generally as using the card, we are formally anchoring this as a masterclass in core concept number 4, get and use a player's card from every casino.
He calls it the easiest concept to execute, and he's right. It takes zero skill to hand a piece of plastic to a dealer. But TRG is looking at the casino industrial complex through the lens of Gene Scott's The Frugal Gambler.
He is framing the player's card as a tool for casino extreme couponing. This is the early blueprint for core concept number 8, offsetting losses with comps and gifts. We are not just playing a game, we are executing a trade. We trade our time on device for the casino's marketing budget.
And to get the best trade, you have to manipulate the clock. TRG drops some serious pro tips here, like waiting for the end of a shoe to buy in so your rating starts while you're just sitting there, or asking the floor person to back you up on your entry time.
I must provide a technical caveat on the reserved disc tactic TRG mentions. While leaving the table for a break while the clock stays running is a verified efficiency gain at the green chip level, it does not scale infinitely.
You mean they eventually notice you're not actually there?
Correct. For wagers at the $25 or $100 level, the floor supervisor is generally managing 10 to 20 players. They rely on the average bet time algorithm. However, once you cross into the $1,000 or $10,000 per hand threshold, the surveillance and floor protocols shift.
At that level, they aren't just glancing at a watch.
Negative. At high roller tiers, the house counts every single hand. The clock manipulation TRG is teaching here is perfect for the squad's typical 50-50 game, but it's important to remember that as the unit size increases, the manual oversight increases proportionally. TRG stayed under that radar in 2020 by keeping his bets on the small side of average.
He also makes a great point about the Sarah paradox. You'd think you want a fast, accurate dealer, but Kyle, you actually hate Sarah, don't you?
From a point-earning perspective, Sarah is a bankroll liability for a solo player. She facilitates more hands per hour, which increases your exposure to the house edge without increasing your hourly rating. TRG's logic is sound. If you want more points with less risk, find a crowded, slow table where the churn of players keeps the cards in the deck longer.
It's counterintuitive, but the math doesn't lie. Slow down the game, speed up the rewards.
Precisely. Now, let's see how this extreme couponing mindset translates to the felt. Cue up Casino Wisdom number 74.
We are back, and it's time for a moment of concepts, featuring Casino Wisdom number 74. Kyle, tell the squad what the Great One has for us.
The directive is simple yet foundational. If there is an app, get the app.
It sounds so 2020, right? Like, hey guys, have you heard of these smartphone things? But honestly, even today, I see people leaving money on the table because they don't want the clutter on their phone.
Avoiding the app is a tactical error. The app is the primary interface for the casino's reinvestment strategy. TRG identifies it as an easy way to pull extra value through free play, meal specials, and kiosk codes that are often only advertised via push notifications.
It's all about the real-time transaction. If you aren't checking the app, you're missing the limited-time offers that turn a losing month into a wash, or a wash into a profit.
Precisely. This is the digital extension of core concept number 4, the card. In 2026, we use the app to monitor tier credit velocity and ensure our average bet is being recorded accurately by the systems we discussed in the last segment.
It's also a test of core concept number 5, discipline. The casino sends you those notifications to bait you into the building when you didn't plan to be there.
Correct. The wisdom is to get the app to capture the value, but to execute the plan only when the math favors the player. Don't let the notification dictate your exit points.
Get the app, but keep your head. Let's see how TRG applied all this frugal gambler logic in the field. Kyle, take us to the cluster.
Kyle, I am getting so close. I've been cross-referencing TRG's drive times from the spring 2020 logs with current map data. I will crack the coordinates for the cluster.
Your dedication to the investigation is noted, Katie. However, as per the Excelsior Brigade protocols, the coordinates must be earned through rigorous data audit. I will not be providing a shortcut.
I know, earn the transaction. But look at the breadcrumbs in episode 12. TRG starts the weekend early at Casino One on a Thursday night. He mentions losing about a day and a half of pay because the company was too interesting to leave.
He was observing Mr. Whale and Professor X. It was a study in contrasts. Mr. Whale was betting green chips but utilized a purge exit, pocketing $2,500 in purple chips and only playing back his original buy-in.
That is pure core concept number 5, discipline. He locked in the win and walked away happy. Meanwhile, Professor X was over-leveraged and buying in for more after losing bets that were too large for his results.
Professor X ignored the variance. Mr. Whale respected the transaction. But Katie, don't miss the distance variable TRG mentions regarding the cluster leg of the trip.
I caught it. The next morning, he drives 1 hour to Hits Casino 2 for his slot play and match bets. He says he won back half of what he lost at Casino 1, meaning for the whole trip, he spent less than a day's pay.
Correct. And he specifically mentions skipping certain gifts, a cooler and a tote bag, because the distance or timing didn't make sense on the 2.5-hour drive home.
That's a huge clue for my map. If the distance to pick up a physical gift outweighed the EV of the $30 slot play, it defines the radius of the cluster.
Logical. But remember, TRG concludes this segment by noting it was another losing effort on paper.
On paper, maybe, but he had a room, a steak dinner, and interesting company for less than a day's pay. That's a win in the 50-50 game any day.
The math of the experience is verified. Let's head into the lounge for the monthly wrap-up.
The lounge is officially open. I'm sticking with the turnbuckle smash. It's the perfect celebration for the end of a legendary month. Kyle, what are you filtering today?
I have transitioned to Oxygizer. It is a premium Italian mineral water from the Dolomites, enriched with approximately 150 milligrams of pure oxygen per liter.
Oxygenated water? Does it actually do anything?
It provides a verifiable increase in oxygen saturation during high-intensity analytical processing. It is crisp, efficient, and currently chilled to exactly 4.1 degrees Celsius.
Of course it is. Well, stay oxygenated because we need to audit the August 2020 wrap-up. TRG finishes the month with a profit of 2 weeks and 2 days' pay.
A successful deployment of core concept number 7, the long game. Even though the final week was a struggle with small losses, the structural integrity of the first 2 weeks carried the P&L.
I love how he pauses to say, I'm not offering this to say, look at me, look what I did. He's so careful about not bragging. He calls himself just an average guy making friend-level bets.
From a 2026 perspective, that anti-bragging protocol is a tactical necessity. In the advantage play community, visibility is a liability. By framing the win as nothing unique or special, TRG protects the longevity of the system.
It also makes it more relatable for the squad. He's showing that you don't have to be a high roller to win. You just need to be a frugal gambler. Look at the offset haul. 5 nights, a steak dinner, and over $500 in free play and match bets.
That is the vengeance he promised. He missed the timing in August, but the groundwork resulted in a mailbox full of luggage, watches, and room comps for September.
And he did it all while hanging out with the world's kindest man and super smart Sue. He values the social ROI as much as the cash.
Social capital with casino allies is a verifiable asset. The engine is stable, and the logic for the month is verified.
It was a hell of a month. Ready to close it out?
Affirmative. As the Great One always says, the house owns the math. We own the transaction.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit your state's specific helpline. This content is for informational and entertainment purposes only.
2026 Volcanic Dingo, LLC. All rights reserved. Execute the plan, trust the core concepts, stay out of the noise, and always spell concepts with a K.
I hope you understand. He was born a rambling man. Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah!